Hi, this is A New Nigeria with Wale Oluwade. This is your current affairs program where we critically examine the strategic issues bedeviling Nigeria's developmental aspirations and boldly offer practical suggestions on building the Nigeria of our collective desires. Today's episode promises to be engaging and exciting. My guest is already here to assist me in doing justice and also give depth and clarity to the topic of our discourse. As always, it's going to be evidence-driven, honest, bold, and a no-holds-barred conversation. So get ready as we begin in earnest. And now, let's get on with it. Today, we're looking at nation building, the role of political parties. Nigeria returned to democratic system of government in 1999. Since then, there has been a plethora of political organizations, either registered and deregistered, or some still awaiting approval from INEC to be registered. At some point during the 2019 general elections, there were about 100 registered political parties. 73 of these stood for the presidential contest that year. This unwieldy number, needless to add, made the general elections of that year, the management, the processes, even more cumbersome, tedious, and complicated for INEC, and likewise, even the electorates. Mercifully, as of today, there are only 18 registered political parties. Now, since the commencement of this Fourth Republic, only a handful of political parties have demonstrated the capacity to win major elective positions. The PDP, the APC, APGA, Labour Party, YPP, NNPP, SDP, ADC, and Zenith Labour Party, etc., etc. So, why is this so? Indeed, why are political parties important in a democracy? What are the roles of political parties in nation building? What challenges, if any, do these parties have to grapple with in the discharge of their vision, mission, and strategic objectives? Furthermore, are there lessons we can learn from other climes? These are some of the issues we're examining today. We'll take this short break, and when we return, we'll get right into the conversation. Stay with us, please. Good afternoon, Chief.
Thank you very much for having me.
You're welcome to the program. Chief,
thank you.
A brief introduction. Chief Dan Nwaya, the chairman of the Labour Party, is a barrister and solicitor to the Supreme Court of Nigeria. Incidentally, is also the presidential aspirant of the Zenith Labour Party. You're welcome once again, Chief Dan.
Thank you very much.
To be specific, the objective of this particular interview today is to understand why our democracy, to most Nigerians, there seems to be a general apathy, or if I may use the word, disenchantment against this democracy. And the reasons are not far-fetched. Political parties do not seem to understand the tenets or ethos of democracy itself. And let's begin from this way. If I may ask you, Chief, what's the ideology, the vision, mission, and strategic objectives of your own party? Can you tell Nigerians, please?
Our party is a party of social...
What are your beliefs?
Our party is a party of social democrats.
Okay, meaning...
You see, we believe in production.
Okay.
We believe in healthy economy. We believe in getting people back to work. We believe in health system, agriculture, those basic things that will give a good living. Our political, that's why we say it's a social democratic party. We're in between. We're not capitalists, and we are not the extreme left.
Do you believe in government playing a major role in the economy or in the lives of the people in regulatory?
I'm coming to that point. We believe in an economy whereby both the employer will be happy, the employee will be happy, the society will be happy. We don't want that we don't want that economic system that will push away the worker or the people. That economic systems, they are only interested in profit, which of course every businessman should adhere to. But now when you look at the company, those profits made by those companies, how does it affect the workers? There are big companies today in Nigeria. They make huge money, but you'll be shocked. Most of the workers don't go home with 30,000 naira. That is not the kind of government, if my party is involved, that will allow to happen. You see, you must share the wealth. When you create, workers will create the wealth. They must benefit from that wealth they have created.
Let's be specific,
Yes.
Chief, for the benefit of our viewers watching.
Yeah.
Millions of Nigerians. Like I said, Nigerians are totally disenchanted with this democracy, and with very justifiable reasons, if I may add. So let me be specific. What is your party's attitude or belief, or do you believe in free education? From what level to what level? Do you believe in, what's your view on healthcare?
Before I come to that point, I've talked about healthcare.
Okay.
I was coming before you stopped me.
Okay.
But before I get to that point, Nigerians have every reason not to be interested in government, to be disenchanted, to be angry. Because people that have been elected into offices have most often disappointed them. What they told them before they were elected will be different from what they were doing while in office. At variance with what they're doing. So when you call them, they say, was it not the last time? Please. But do you know why you have this craze to get PVC now? It's because the thing has reached them here. They know it has gotten to the point of death. So they must fight back. Our party believes that every Nigerian must be educated, at least to a particular level.
What level?
At least secondary school level.
Okay. It's enshrined in your
It
party
is in the manifesto.
constitution.
It's in the manifesto.
Manifesto.
It's in the manifesto. Yeah. When you get to that level, it's not by force that everybody must go to the university.
Exactly.
Then you can go and acquire skills. But let it be that you can understand things, you can read and write, you can argue on issues of national importance. We believe in that. We believe in having revolution in agriculture. It's not the one we're having now, where the so-called Nigerian rice is selling for 30,000, more than 30,000, and the foreign rice is getting to 45,000. That is not the type of agriculture. You see, there must be a system whereby farmers will be encouraged to produce. I have been an advocate of...
No, not you, your party.
I'm talking about party.
Yes.
We have been an advocate of, touching...
In what specific areas?
I'm coming.
Okay.
Touching those areas in our constitution that took everything to the federal government.
Okay.
There are certain areas the federal government have no business in dealing with.
Like?
For example, primary education. Government has no business in primary education. We have to unbundle. There are things you cannot do. You cannot do monorail. You cannot do ordinary rail. That is for the locals to move from one point to the other. Yeah. You have to get approval here. Recall when Jakonde was the first to work on monorail in Lagos.
It was stopped.
It was on. General Muhammad Buhari sacked that administration and sent Mudashiru Lawal. Wow. The first thing he did was to stop that. That was instruction from CNC. All the money, all the effort stopped. Assuming, just a minute, assuming Jakonde has succeeded, by now it will be possible to link all parts of Nigeria.
Because other states would probably have copied and then...
So that is what I'm talking of, healthy competition, which you had the other time.
The current realities.
Yes.
What is your party's view on state policing or community policing? Take this other one. What is your party's view on complete autonomy for local governments? These two.
We are for state police. We are for community policing.
Okay.
I was a member of the National Conference in 2014. Okay. We put it there.
Okay.
If we had state police and community policing, we will not be having these killings going on today in Nigeria. Because in the locals, they know themselves. Absolutely. Once a stranger comes in, everybody is alerted. It will not happen. But they have this argument that the governors will use it, blah, 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 blah. No. There will still be federal police. The governors will use it to return political open. Let us start. Let us stop being speculative. We are talking about our security. We put it in national conference. My party believes in it, that if we have opportunity tomorrow, we will put it there.
Let me ask you, Chief. As a Nigerian and not as a party man.
Yes.
Can Nigeria ever make progress without strong, independent, viable, functioning local governments? As a Nigerian, not as a party.
You see, why you have problem today in Nigeria is because the locals have no job to do. If the local governments are having their funds, are having their allocation, jobs will be there. People will be busy. There will be road construction. There will be other constructions going on or other things going on in the local government. But today, it didn't start today. Since 1999, it has been put in the hands of the state governments. It is the state governments that take the funds of the local government. They give them little. And I calculated some time ago in my own local government, we were getting about 80 million. That was about 5 years or 6 years ago, 80 million a month. So I was addressing the people. I said, look, we get 80 million here every month. Okay, local government chairman, swallow 50. Swallow 50, put it in your pocket. Bring 30. If you put 30 million naira in that local government every year, every month, we will see it.
Okay, Chief.
But there's nothing you see. So that's why you have kidnapping. That's why you have all sorts of crime and criminality, because they are doing nothing. We must send Nigerians back to work. Part of that process of sending Nigerians back to work is to make local governments very functional and independent.
Good point.
Yes.
Good point, Chief. But I must correct what you said.
Yes.
We don't want any local government to swallow.
No, I'm just talking.
50
No.
out of
I'm
80
just.
million. I know you were in Labour Party, and for like 10 years, if I'm not mistaken, you did two terms.
Very well.
And that party, at some point, you had a governor. Governor Segun Mimiko of Ondo State.
We had 1.5 governors because we were also part of creating of Adam Sochiomole. We had the understanding with ACN before we elected.
So what happened that you left Labour to Zen? Because the reason why I'm asking is because part of the weak democratic culture that has permeated from, political parties into the society and has led into this disenchantment with the democratic system is because of so many discrepancies, so many strange phenomena, that we have come to realize or notice with Nigerian brand of democracy. One of it is, chairman moving, but not even just that. Someone gets elected on a particular platform, and before you blink, the guy is moved to
it doesn't apply with my own case.
Please tell us what happened.
I have been very consistent since 1999. I've been in opposition. I have been in opposition since 1999. I've never jumped. I drove the process in Labour Party for 10 years. And in that conference, in that neck, I took everybody by surprise. Governor Mimiko was seated. I said, look, we are going to have a convention so time. I do not intend to put myself up for re-election because in our constitution, there's no limit.
So if you wanted, you could have gone on for another...
I would have gone 95%.
Wow.
But I said, it's not my father's estate. Let's try other people. We did that. And that was close to the time of nomination of candidates. Candidates, people were coming. That time, people had started having faith in the party, and all that. And we had that convention. My successor emerged. I still continued. I was made chairman board of trustees of the party. I still continued to, help them. People.
So at what point did you now leave as chairman board of trustees to?
No, that's the point I'm coming to. You see, I left behind. When people said they left behind, I left behind 460 million in the party.
This is verifiable.
I can stand here and give you the figures of those who paid the money. I collected it and gave it to them. 460 million. Read my lips.
Wow.
So it was the money when I left. Without removing the cover, I can tell you this money come from. This is I brought it. They were bringing it cash, and I said, "Come and carry it." From my hotel room, they started fighting over the money.
Wow.
Then I called my successor. I said, "Look, this money you collected from Enugu, it was supposed to be 75 million. How come only 26 million entered the party account? The other one that was brought cash from Akwa Ibom, nothing had entered party account."
Wow.
He said he would check. I said, "You will check?"
Wow.
I said the account, it entered Southern Nigeria Limited Eco Bank, we say 2, by AP Plaza. He said he would check. I said, is your account now, has your account become Dangote's account? That when money enters, you will know.
You have to go and be checking.
I said, okay, go and check. I called him the next day. I said, have you checked? He said, Chairman. I said, look, for 10 years I was here with you. Did we take 1 kobo of the party into somewhere else? Wow. He said, no. Did we divert party funds? He said, no. I said, this thing you are doing now, Mimiko is on his way out. What happens if you don't win a governor? How would you run this party? I was told, Chairman, you have done your own, allow me to do my own.
Wow.
That very day, I resigned as member of chairman board of trustee, as member of the party. If you go to internet, Google Danwanya's letter of resignation from Labour Party. I stated the reasons there.
Wow.
Then the fight continued over the money.
All till today.
In 4 months, they walloped 460 million.
Wow. In 4 months.
In 4 months. Then there was problem. The matter got to the police.
Wow.
The criminal investigation of the police indicted the leadership.
Wow.
EFCC indicted the leadership.
Wow.
SSS, DSS indicted the leadership.
Wow.
And they recommended for prosecution.
Wow.
Nothing happened till today. But after Labour, I became partyless from 2014 to 2018.
Okay.
So I became partyless until we decided to come together to put Zenny Labour Party in 2018, close to the election. So I never moved party. We are talking about moving from here to here. It's still, Labour is my constituency. I'm still a Labour man. Nobody can challenge me on that because I rose to be president of the most powerful industrial union attached to NSC at that time, banks, insurance, and financial institution employees. I was their president. I was a member of the National State Council.
No be fair, right?
I was a member of the National State Council. Nobody can challenge that. Nobody can remove Labour from me. So those talking cannot say I'm not Labour. So I dream Labour, I sleep Labour, I work Labour.
Chief, I mean, brilliant clarification you've provided. Would it be right then, those who say the influence of money in our democracy, or the influence of money is the bane of Nigeria's democracy?
Of course, I agree with you. I agree with you. You see, why are people fighting to get into an office? It's not for service. Most of them are not for service. Most of them want, even those that have been there before, they want to keep accumulating.
Let me ask you, Chief, what is the mode of financing political parties?
Now, it's by individuals, and no political party will tell you that they even pay salary from the dues because they don't pay dues. And this is, even the big parties, APC, PDP, they don't pay the dues. That's something like dues. And it affects us. It rubs off on us, the younger parties. If you tell members pay 100 naira a month, their friends in APC, PDP, they give them the card free. Because the governor will come here, collect all the cards for the state, and distribute it. That's why he's in charge. That's why the governor is in control.
So if we go back to your party manifesto, I don't want to say manifesto, constitution,
yes,
which contains your vision, your mission, and what's it called, rules and regulations, and modus operandi. How are you meant to do membership drive and funding? How are you meant to, what is written in your party constitution on funding?
Well, all those things are there. But you see, the citizenry have been impoverished. That 100 naira means a lot to them. So what do? You start asking members, those who are, we fund our parties. We fund our parties. That's my office. It's a private office. It was from there I ran the Labour Party for 10 years. When I was going, I spoke to Governor Mimiko. He graciously paid for 2 years for Labour Party, where they are. I continue with my private office. That is where I'm running the Labour Party from. And even that money Mimiko paid was part of what was taken away as if they borrowed it. Mimiko did that with his good heart to assist the party, even though he had left them. So this is how we run it. Some people are making some contributions, that's all. But you don't get it from dues or levies. You won't get it because people are hungry. And that's why we want to leave people out of poverty.
So it's safe, Chief, to conclude that political parties in Nigeria, especially let's leave the big ones, the smaller ones, they are more or less private enterprise.
They are not private enterprise. Okay. They are not. Because
you could liken them to private enterprise, because if it's one or two individuals who founded the parties are the ones funding it.
No, it can't be one or two individuals. Before a party is registered by INEC, they will see the names.
Yeah, you could just put those names.
No, and there must not be less than 2/3 of states of Nigeria. And they're all part of the formation of the party.
You and I are Nigerians. You can just put all those names.
No, you can't just put them because they are part and parcel of the national executive. If just putting the name, that means after that they will go. They are part of the ESCO. You cannot write them off. Before INEC was giving some funds to political parties, until it was stopped about 6, 7, 8 years ago. It's no longer possible. It was abused. People will collect the money and disappear. Offices they will not get.
Let's take this short break, Chief. Then we'll come back and take your concluding thoughts. We'll take this short break. Please stay with us. Thank you. Welcome back. Chief, let's round up now. But let me ask you this, maybe if you can do it in just a few seconds. Whose responsibility is it for voter education, INEC or political parties?
It should be both INEC and political parties. But how many political parties have fund to do voter education? We only do that through our organs. We only do that through our organs, and they can do it within the limits of their capacity.
You know, because my opinion, my view, as an informed, Nigerian, is that the level of democratic understanding or knowledge is so low.
Yes, I agree
almost
with you.
non-existent.
I agree with you.
Because when you hear, let me give a good example. Nigerians are now, you alluded to it when we started about get your PVC, get your PVC. Let me ask you, Chief, in one sentence, please. Between a party delegate and a voter, which of them is more important?
The voter. Because the essence of a political party is to win election and get into government. So a political party must contest election. And you need that voter to win. A political party that fails to contest general elections can be taken to be a non-governmental organization.
I disagree with you, Chief, because the reason why a key reason why Nigeria has been this way is because political parties present the voters a fait accompli. They produce. No, hold on, Chief.
I disagree with that.
They produce all kinds of individuals who have little or zero competence or capacity or patriotism about governance, about the needs of the people. And the people have no choice as voters.
No.
So if you ask me, I think, that the delegates actually in a democracy are the kingmakers.
No, let me tell you.
We can't argue this. You and I have to come back.
You are theorizing it.
We have to come back.
You are theorizing it.
Sir, we just had party nominations
because
less than 2 weeks ago.
We
all saw what happened.
That situation will
Let me ask you. If you say,
let me tell you,
Chief, hold on. If you say voters are more important, each of allegedly, we were not there, I wasn't there, but there are rumors flying
that they left with billions of naira.
Exactly. the most voters will get if they go to vote, probably 5 or 10. The most they will get 5,000. Yeah, if they can get 5,000.
No, you are looking at the monetary aspect of it. This thing is not about money.
Chief, let's leave that.
No, this thing is not about money.
Exactly.
And the reason why you're saying so is because somebody is fixated to a particular political party. If in my constituency you produce the wrong person, I'll go to the other person if it's better. So that's why this election of 2023 is not about party. It's about who is the candidate.
Chief,
and that is what will determine 2023.
Let's round up now. You and I, this is going to be a continuing conversation. You'll come back here.
Incidentally,
you are also the aspirant of your party, right?
Yes.
So we need to talk more, on some
and
of
that's
these
why I
issues.
limited myself. I don't want to start campaigning because the time has not come.
Exactly.
So that INEC does not sanction me.
Exactly.
So don't ask me about those things.
No, I'm not going to ask you.
Uh-huh.
In one sentence, Chief, how do we remedy this negative perception of our democracy? How do we remedy it? Just one sentence.
If we have good leadership, as we are likely going to have in 2023, the leader leads by example. We must bring back trust. There is no trust in the system. We must show ourselves as leaders that our one is our one. Our A is our A, our B is our B. If there is no trust and confidence in all that we are doing, the people will not come back. And that is why, if you like now as a political party, bring the bad candidate, you will suffer it on that day. If you like, get the best candidate.
Chief, I said I would not, but let me interrupt you this last time. On this program, there's healthy debates, and this program is highly intellectualized.
Of course.
Now, I disagree with you when you said one leader. There are 36 state governors. There are 18 political parties, 18 party chairmen. Let's even say,
simplifying these things.
Chief, let's even assume that
one man can make a difference.
I disagree with you.
Okay. Let me tell you why.
It's got to be a team.
For me to tell you why?
No,
I know there is a team.
It's got to be a team.
No,
but Chief, we have to round up now.
When the head is rotten, the whole body is rotten.
We will come back and continue this conversation.
I have no problem with that.
We'll come back. Thank you for coming, Chief.
Thank you for having me.
I appreciate your time. Thank you so much. And here are my closing statements. Personally, I don't believe in the proliferation of political parties as it obtains in advanced democracies. I believe in having 2 or 3 strong national parties and maybe a handful of regional or local parties. However, my interest here is our inability, after nearly 24 years in this Fourth Republic, of not being able to deepen democratic ethos within our political parties, their internal management, administration, and governance processes. How do we correct this problem? What factors ensure the ability of parties to grow, increase its acceptability and membership, and ultimately win elections? How can political parties help to deepen democratic culture and significantly improve voter participation in Nigeria? Now, the following are critical factors that define the respective strengths and viabilities of political parties. Number 1, the character and personalities of individual members of each party. Number 2, its ideology. Number 3, its durability. And then number 4, their adherence, to the rules and processes as stipulated by the various governing bodies, maybe the Constitution and INEC. And then number 4 is their culture, or either they have or they don't have a culture of excellence. And lastly, the total brand perception of political parties. These are the factors I believe, if political parties adopt, would help them, not only to deepen the democratic ethos in their parties and Nigeria, but also, improve voter participation in democracies. We would speak more on these factors in subsequent episode. Like I said with my guest, this topic is a continuing topic. He is going to be here just as other guests will be here subsequently. And that's the show for today. Join me on my various social media handles. Subscribe to my YouTube channel, and I'll see you next time. Have a nice day.